So in this video we are going to explain the working of DNS and HTTP server. So PC, for that we need a PC, a DNS server, and switch, router, and just main server. So to give a rough explanation, the PC will send a request to switch, then the DNS server will identify the request and identify the server IP address, and then it passes from router to switch, and then again to the main web server which hosts that website, and then it will come back. The request is analyzed here and the URL and every process is done, and then we will get it here. So for that we will set an IP address to one, and the default gateway is 192.168.2.5. so this is the IP address of this server. So we'll close it, and then five and so 192 dot. So this is the default gateway we gave here. So that's it. Now you have to give for the web server. So to give a rough idea, this is 192.168.3 by 024, and this is 192.168.2 by 24. So now what we are going to do is, just for fun this, and we will give the default gateway as and we will change the IP address to 2. So the initial configuration of end devices is done. Now what we have to do is, we have to connect this PC to this router using console cable. So RS232 and console. So this is connected. So if we press here, so we can connect it anyways, so but we are choosing this way. So then we have to open the router. CLI. So it is okay. So then, to get an idea that we have done perfectly or not, this should appear in this PC's terminal. So PC terminal, we should keep everything constant. So now 9 en enter. So now en is enabling the router and conf t is making it so that ready for the configuration. So int. So this, now we are assigning IP address. We are connecting to this side of the circuit. Circuit, this side. So int fa. So this is important, because this is the port that connects. So 0/0 enter IP address. So now we have to give IP address. So the IP address is nothing but the default gateway. So give a no shut command. So status is changed to up. So we are done. So exit. So we have to complete. So router part is done for the first side. So and again we have to do for the second side. So we can do by entering again, or else we can just continue in conf t. So we have to do for this side, as this is the connection. So int fa 1/0. So int IP address dot 3.1, and the subnet mask is so you have to give space between IP address and the subnet mask. So now so we will check that we have to give no shut to activate that. So it is done. Now what we have to do is we have to desktop command prompt ping the server, the main server. So Yes. So we got it. We sent 4 packets. We got 3 packets in return and one is lost. So it's 25%. So we are good. So if we enter URL, three dot two, so we got it. So since it is very difficult to remember numbers when compared to words, we have to give some URL for that, like google.com. So as you can see, it hasn't changed. So we'll close it and we will open again. So as you can see, there is no change. So what we have to do is, so as you can see, if we give IP address, it works, but it won't work if we give the URL. So for that, what we have to do is we have to go to DNS server and go to services and DNS. So the IP address of this web server is 192.168.3.2. so we have to give a URL. The full form of URL is universal response link. So we have to turn it on and then we have to add it. So the mistake we have made is, so instead of giving a address as name, we have give name as address. So it is added. If we exit and go here, so we got it. So this is how DNS and HTTP work. Thank you.